Okay, guys, so we're going to do 8-6, factoring these trinomials. Trinomial, again, let me just show you, we did this right now. We factor those, right, what they call during 8-5, it's called distribution. We're going to do a little continuation of that. And I should mention right now trinomial because there's 1, 2, 3 terms, okay? So we're going to factor this trinomial, and we're going to go ahead and solve it. We're going to get the solution, you got it? Where it's equal to 0, your x-intercept, okay, your root, all these things. So we're going to come out here. This is the way it goes. Let me just talk to you about this one. To factor a trinomial in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, find two integers m and p with the sum of b and the product of c. Then write it in this form. You see this right here? M and p are the things that multiply, and they add up to b. Now, it sounds weird. It sounds crazy. Copy that down. Take a little quick, real quick. Pause it real fast, and then do it real fast. So, if you think about what it's saying here, it says, right, M and P, product, B. So, let's look at this. I'm going to just show you what you need to do here. You got this. You can have x squared plus 6x plus 8. You just get the factors of 8. Come on here, look at 8. What are the factors? The things that multiply to give you 8. Now, do it like this. 1 times 8. Now, I want you to hear this much. There's no other factors you want to use, okay? What I mean is there's no other smaller ones and no other bigger ones. 2 times 4. Okay, so there's nothing, that's smaller, or how do I say? Let's just use those. Those are my best factors. 1 times 2, 1 times 8, 2 times 4. You see in between here, there's 5, 6, 7. These are not factors. Between here, there's nothing here, but look at 5. 5 would fall between. So you have to go all the way, like round it up, all the way 1 to the original number 8. These are all your factors. There's nothing between. And I'll continue to, I guess, revisit that idea, what I'm saying here. Now, when we find the factors that add up to 6, not those, and this. So my factors are 2 and 4. So then I would break it up like this, real simple. X plus 2, x plus 4, and you're done. Pretty cool, right? That's all I say I do. Pretty easy, pretty cheesy. So let's go out here and just look at the thing over here. So again, the factors, let me scoot this up right there. Just the way I do it, ready? The factors of 20. So look at this. There's a 1 here. 9. Okay, so I'm going to go with the factors of 20. So this is what I'm thinking, 20. The factors, 1 and 20. 2 and 10. You see 11, 12, 13, all the way to 19. Those are not factors, so don't worry about it. 3 is not a factor. 4 is a factor. So now look, this rounds up right here. See how 4 is right next to 5? These are all my factors. 1 times 20, 2 times 10, 4 times 5. See here, 6, 7, 8. None of these have factors, right? 3 was not here, so it doesn't count. Like you don't have to worry about anything just here. So now, which ones add up to 9? You can see it already. These two. Since this is an x, it'd be x plus 4 and x plus 5. What do y'all think? Pretty easy, right? Not too bad at all. And you just do that, simple as that. So let's go ahead and try these real quick. Pause it real quick and try it out. I'll work them out for you real fast. I'm doing the factors of 24 that add up to 11. So I'm going to go with 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, and I see it right there. 4 and 6, that's my factors right there. They add up to 11. I'm trying to make them add up to this number right here. So my final answer would be D plus 3, times B plus 8. Final answer, boom. What do y'all think? That's it. Factor. So now, what do you mean? What am I doing? So if I were to multiply this out and do FOIL, I would get D squared, D8, 8D, 3D, 24. These collect 11D, 24, and then D squared. You see that? That is what I went in reverse from here to here. This is your answer, though. Okay? Same thing here. Let's do the same thing. You know what? Let's switch this over. T squared plus 10t plus 9. Factors of 9, guys. Factors of 9. 1 and 9. You look at that. They add up to 10. I'm going to stop there. 3, 3, and 3, right? So those are all my factors. We're going to go with t plus 1 and t plus 9. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now next thing over here. What happens if there's positives or negatives? Well, you just use your brain. Don't be there. Don't be, like, come on, use your brain. Well, let's think what this is saying here. If you think about this one here, you got x squared minus 8x plus 12. If you think about that part right there, how am I going to have the factors of 1 and 12? Okay, let me show you the factors of 12. Factors of the last one, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. How am I going to have these where they add up to a negative 8? How in the world is that possible? The only way that's possible if you were to multiply a negative times a negative. When you add them together, it gives you a negative. So guess what? They're all negatives. All right? So now look at this one. A negative 2 plus a negative 6 equals a negative 8. And that's what I want. So now you're going to have x minus 2 and x minus 6. Cool? What do y'all think? Going once, going twice? Not too bad? Okay, let's try 2a and 2b, guys. Ready? So 2a and 2b, same thing. I'm just switch this around. M squared minus 22m. And this is a positive 21. I'll put it there. So I'm doing the factors of 21, right? 1 and 21. Pretty easy, actually. 3 and 7. That's it. So I have the negatives because if they add up to a negative 22, they need to both be negative. Well, what do you mean, sir? When I multiply a negative times a negative, it gives me a positive, right? When I add two negatives, it gives me a negative, and that's what it is. So I'm going to use this one right here. I'm going to go, oh, it's an m, my bad. M minus 1 and m minus 21. Cool. That's my final answer. They're trying to factor. These are my two factors. Factor 1, factor 2. When you multiply them out, they give you this. Let's try this one over here. We're going to go with W's. You know what? It's kind of smooth there. I'm going to go ahead and just factors of 28. 1 and 28, 2 and 14, 3 and I have no idea, 4 and 7. Remember, they're going to be negatives because I'm looking at this. When I have two negatives multiplied, they give me a positive. When I add two negatives, they give me a negative. So my answer is these two right here. So I'm going to go with W minus 4. I could have put 7. I could have. I don't know why I did. And W minus 7. Now this one you got to use more brain power. Okay, so how do I get a negative when I multiply? When there's a positive or negative? Now, which one's going to be positive, which is going to be negative? This is the issue that comes up. Just look at this one. Since there's, okay, so you get the factors and you got to add them up. One positive, one negative. There's more positives left over, so make the positive side the bigger side. What do you mean? Well, if you ever noticed all these factors I've been doing, where's my stuff? If you notice all the factors, there's always been, I guess, one bigger numbers, kind of. You know, like a bigger sign before I sign the values. You see this? Like a bigger sign. The one that has like bigger number kind of ideas. That bigger absolute value. How about that? See, bigger side. Okay, so assign that side, the right side, the where is my stuff? Assign the right side the sign of the middle one. If it's positive, this side gets positive. If it's negative, this side gets negative. So look at the factors of 15. 1 and 15, 3 and 5, right? But so I have to have a negative. I have to have one positive, one negative. If I look at this one here, it's positive, so I'm going to say this side's positive, this side negative. So add them up, gives me 14. Add these up, give me a 2. So this is my numbers right here, x minus 3 and x plus 5. Now let's look at this one. This one's like a negative here. So there's the factors. One positive, one negative, one positive, one negative, like this. This one's negative, so assign the right side, the negative side. Near it, that's it. Okay, pretty easy. Let's try these now. Ready, ready, ready. I'm going to come here, y squared plus, you know what, it's already there. I'm going to get the factors of 48. Okay, 1 and 48, 2 and 24, 3 and 16, 4 and 12, 5, no, 6 and 8. Those are all my factors. You see how these numbers got closer and closer, and that's it. Now, this side is positive, so this side becomes positive. This side is negative. Now, I know that because I got to multiply a positive and a negative to give me a negative. Check. This side is positive, this side is positive. Which ones add up to 13? These two right there. So my answer is y minus 3. Y minus 6. Wrong, plus 16. Okay, let's try this one over here real quick. This one's positive, negative here, so we're going to have a positive and negative. So the factors of 24, 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6, negatives. These are negatives because that one's negative. These are positive, this side's positive. This side's negative, this side's negative. And that's it. Which ones have a difference of a 2? These two right here. We're going to go r plus 4 and r minus 6. And there's my final answer. Going once, going twice. Do you have any questions there? Okay, now the next thing is we're going to do the same idea, or the same idea, continuation, same idea. We're just going to solve an equation. Find the 0. So you see this one right here? You have to set it equal to 0. And everything's the same. Everything's the same, except at the end, you have to set that this one is equal to 0, and then this one's equal to 0. And that's it. Solve, that means find your, solve, solution, get your solution, get your root, get your 0. That's what it's saying there. So we come in here, make this equal to 0. So we're going to z squared minus 3z minus, okay, I guess I should show you right now. I'm not expecting they all to be experts already, which you should be. Cancels out here, we're going to go z squared minus 3z minus 70 is equal to 0. Now, get the factors of 70. Okay, I don't know what they are. Ready? 1 and 70, 2 and 35, 3 and I have no idea, 4 and I have no idea, 5 and 5 and 14, 7 and 10. Ooh, that, thank God. 7 and 10 are my answers. I can see it already. So I have negative, so all these are negative. Okay, so we're going to have z plus 7 and z minus 10, and all that's equal to 0. Okay? So we're going to have this part and this part right there. If you see that, we're going to come in here and solve it, where this whole equation, this whole quadratic equation goes to a 0. It's when z plus 7 is equal to 0, and when z minus 10 goes to 0. So here minus 7, z is equal to a negative 7. Add 10, and z is equal to 10. So this is your answer. When z is those two numbers, this whole thing, this side is equal to 70, or if you go, this whole side is equal to 0. It's depending on how you want to look at it. This is already set equal to 0, and they're going to say solve. That means find the x's, find the x-intercepts, find the zeros, find the roots, find the everything like that. So the factors of 18, 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6, these are all positive. These are negative because it's a negative here. I already see my answer right here, right? So we're going to go with x minus 3 and x plus 6 equals to 0. So x minus 3, we're going to go out here, x minus 3 is equal to 0. We're going to go ahead and add 3, so x is equal to 3. You're going to go have where x plus 6 is equal to 0, or minus 6, and we're going to have x equals to a negative 6. So these are my answers that make this one, or these are the ones that solve that one. This is the one that has my solution. These are my roots. Okay, my zeros. Okay, 0. Hello, it's right there in front of your face. Okay, guys, you do have an assignment on Alex. The assignment right now on Alex is going to be one section right now. What is this?